there, my lovelies, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another class for handstands, as it's the theme for this month on Anatomove. This is going to be a little subset of the main class that I'll teach on the app. So if you want to catch the full-length class, make sure to check out the app. And also, if you're enjoying the videos, please do hit me up with a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe for more awesome videos each and every week. To get started today, you're just going to need your yoga mat and also be game for anything that can happen, because our theme for today's class is novelty. Novelty is what the cerebellum, the back of your brain, requires, one of the things it requires to light up. And one of the jobs of the cerebellum is midline stability. So we can actually really give a lot of emphasis to this part of your brain by just making you do new things that are different and unusual. So without much further ado, I'm going to get you to lie down on your back. You're going to stretch out like a long sausage. Close your eyes and really feel from your tippy toes to your fingertips. There's this long, elongated energy that never stops reaching. And then just to make it a little bit more wild, you're going to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then you're going to hold it there and you're going to star out your fingers and toes. So spread out your toes and your fingers and then close them into pointy toes and fists. And we're going to do this fast. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Maybe we can go a little bit faster for the next 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Relax. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze your legs in close. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Hands underneath your knee crease, rock it forward and back along the length of your spine. So you're starting to wake up the sensory component along your back, ribs, all of those big muscles. And then we're going to rock all the way up into standing, and just to kind of prepare our body for all the epic handstands, we're going to do some sensory stimulation. So I want you to rub out your shoulders, around your elbow, wrist, a little bit on the hands, and then we're going to switch to the other arm. So yes, your cerebellum also picks up a lot of sensory information, getting it to form its proprioceptive maps. So we want to actually spend a little bit of time before we get moving, just giving ourselves some sensory awareness. I've got a mic right here, so I'm going to pretend you guys go to town on rubbing across your chest, maybe along your rib cage. Get a wiggle on, go into the tummy wiggle, maybe along your buttsicles, and then the front of the pelvis as well. Maybe just reminding your body that it's doing good. And then we're going to run down the front of the legs to the tippy toes and up the back of the legs. I'm just going to repeat this a few times. We're nearly there. The last thing that I just want you guys to focus on in terms of sensation, actually the last two spots I should say, is one, let's come up towards the face. Come closer to show you. Like you're giving yourself a little facial massage. Maybe around the eyes. Up into the forehead. And maybe like stroke your hair. Yes, you got sensory components around the whole body that we're waking up. Back of the neck. And even your ears. Give your ears a little rub down. And then stroke down your throat. Whilst you're sitting, because we're going to just finish off on the feet. Again, both of these places, hands, feet, and also face, I should say, those three places all occupy such a huge area in your brain. It does the body a lot of good, particularly within performance enhancement, like a skill like handstands, to just first give yourself a little rub down. And to be honest with you, some people require different types of sensory stimulation. Maybe you need vibration, maybe you need a little bit of sharp, like a pinprick. There's lots of different types of sensations that you can utilize. But as a rule of thumb, even just a quick rub down with your hands will make a big difference. Okie dokie, once you've done your rub down, I want you to come into a downward facing dog and just start to cycle easy breezy through your legs, maybe taking a few slow breaths. Just tuning into the present. And after a little while, little steps to the top of your mat. Heavy head, relax your neck. Slowly start to roll on all the way up. And then when you get up into standing, I know a lot of people prefer feet apart, and that's fine. But just for handstands, it is actually easier if you can glue the legs together. So let's get used to doing that here. Pop your legs together. Imagine they're almost squeezing through one another with your arms by your side, your eyes closed, and just notice if there's any little twitches for balance happening. And if you're feeling fairly steady and this is easy for you, you're gonna feel free to either have eyes open or closed. Eyes closed is obviously harder. If you're feeling a little bit funny, always keep your eyes open for this part. We're gonna take the right arm and we're gonna circle it backwards. 1, 2, 3, and then the left arm is gonna circle back. So really big arm circles, getting that full range of motion. And then when you've done the third one, let's go back to the first arm, but going forwards. Really big arm circles. And then you're going to switcheroo to the other side. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to start making it a little bit more complicated. Just give me one arm circle backwards with both arms, one arm circle forwards with both arms, and here's where the complications are going to come in. I want you to circle one arm forward and one arm back for 3, making it as big as you can, 2, and 1. Now when you get back to where you started, you're going to reverse it. Now if this is confusing and your brain is sweating, that's a good thing. Don't worry if the movement's not perfect. The purpose of this is to light up the cerebellum, which means you need to challenge the novelty aspect, the, oh my God, am I doing it right aspect. Once you've got both of those shoulders opposite ways, arms are going to reach up, so you're in your upside down handstand, and I've actually got a little line here. I can kind of check out if my ribs are flaring or my bootie's not active, and you can really use it as almost a benchmark. Can you suck that sandwich of energy into the midline? Next thing, we're going to challenge the midline with a little bit of rocking on the feet, maybe to the beat of the rhythm, to the beat of the night. Maybe you've got some tunes playing. See if you can take your rocks forward and back, and now let's try side to side. Whoa. That's it. Can you rock? What side feels easier? Phew, nice. And then I don't want your arms to tire too much, so bring them down by your side. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in that balance component, but with our funny arms. So you've got the option of keeping feet as they are, maybe even have feet wide if this is uncomfortable for you. Those of you who want to make it more challenging, bring the right foot behind the left foot, so it looks like you're walking on a tightrope. Toes are touching the heel, feet are perfectly straight, they are not turned out. We're going to circle the first arm backwards for 3, 2, and 1. Second arm backwards. First arm forwards. Just notice that midline stability and how it's responding. Is it like swaying a lot? Are you able to control and stay steady with your body shape? Good, now one arm circle backwards with the arms together and forwards. And then we're gonna practice one arm forward, one arm back for 3, 2, 1. And even if you just did one slowly, I'm so proud of you. Change direction. And then the final challenge, my darlings, is can we do this with eyes closed? Kind of. Remember to reverse. And at the moment, we've got one foot in front, one foot behind. Make a note of which foot is which, because we're going to do the other side after, in a moment, I should say. Now, inhale, rise up through the arms. Exhale, fold down, strong in your back body as you come down, palms to the ground, stepping back. Find your plank, and then you're going to lower the knees underneath the hips. We're going to just shoulder circles. Notice my elbows stay completely straight. 3 backwards, 3 shoulder circles forwards. Good. Now, novelty. I want you to circle one arm forward and one arm back. So you're almost, this is a little bit like what you just did in standing. And trust me, this is very, very confusing. If you're taking a long time to work it out, know that you're not alone and know that the purpose is to confuse you just so we get a little bit more of that cerebellum activation. Gosh, I don't think I've got it anymore. There we go. Okay, if that was an epic fail, trust me that that's all part of the grand plan. Well done on doing that with your shoulders. Let's do a little bit of simple ones now, just where you push away and glide towards in a plank position. And you're going to hold that there as you glide. 1, 2, and this is the last one. 3 is the hips go up high. Nice. Now we're going to elongate up through the left leg first. So really feel it reaching up as high as you can. Circle it over towards the left, and you're going to step it in front of the right. Right foot steps in front of left, and you're going to do another big circle with that left foot. Then you're going to step the right foot in front of left. Now going backwards, right foot goes behind left, left leg circles. Good, and you're going to do one more of these. Amazing job. So quite big circles on the hip there. Circle out. I should say cycle out with your legs. We're almost getting into our handstands. Last little drill to prepare us. I want you to take your eyes to the highest point of your yoga mat without scrunching up your forehead or without moving your neck. And see if you can spot on a single dot. And if you're finding it hard to find a dot, bring your thumbs to the middle of your mat, above you where they were, in line where they were, but just closer together. So you've got something to look at for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Recover back to neutral. Bring your right foot a little bit closer to your hands. Left leg, beam it up as if it's being pulled by someone. And then let's do 5 kicks. 1, 2. Good. Take your time. Do as many or as little kicks as you choose. And if you're getting into the flow and maybe you can hold one of the handstands, feel free. Yeah, play. We're going to just be here for a little tiny bit longer. Amazing job, guys. Well done. Now that knee, bring it into your chest for a plank. Place the foot between your hands and then rise up into a warrior 3. Bend the right knee. Bring the chest up so you're arching, almost like you're in a dancer's pose. Keep the chest arching, the knee comes into the chest, and then you're flexing as the leg straightens. And again, this is like a weird thing I'm making you do. The purpose of it, again, is novelty. How is this different to what you usually do when you come up warrior 3, leg to chest? I want you to almost ripple it out. Ripple, 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 each and every moment. 3 more. If you move your head a lot, it gets harder on balance. 2 more. I've got my door I keep reaching for. Nice, guys. You're going to reach back with that right leg. Place the toes behind you and then sink into a goddess. I'll give you the good view for a few seconds more because I want to see you. So we're going to be here. You're going to be reaching over towards your right side. Hands are behind your head. Side flex into what looks like one of those little warrior side angle poses that we practice. But then you're going to kind of circle the body through a goddess and side angle it the other way. Good. Now let's side angle it the other way. Down, goddess both legs, extend one leg. Nice. That was your first. Let's go a little deeper with the legs now. So this has obviously a vestibular component, the vestibular system and the cerebellum always talking to each other for midline stability, and also a mapping component. So your body understands a little bit more about where it is in space. When you've done the third and final rep, bend both of the knees, and we're going to map out the pelvis. I call these TikToks, not the TikTok you think, because you're going to do like little pelvic sexy thrusts. But instead of it just being very random and floppy, isolate just your pelvis so that your rib cage is completely static. You've just got that little shaky bum. And then maybe go a little lower and again map out through your pelvis. So again, as you go up into your handstand, your brain is like, oh, I know exactly where all the components of my body are. I'm not guessing, because I've mapped everything. And go a little lower for the last 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, leggies are a bit tired. Straighten them for a second. Ooh, give them a wiggle. and then bring your feet in. And now we're going to practice a wide-legged handstand. And this can be very scary for some people. So if you're finding that you're jumping up into your handstand and it looks a bit like this, good. Being on your hands, getting your legs in the air, it's all part of the process. Just be proud of wherever you're getting to. And all I can suggest is what you're gonna do is you're gonna shoot your legs out and just do your best to go as high as you can, thinking of elongating the legs as big as possible. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe your last one, you're gonna skip it because you're going so high into your 4th that you're holding it. 3 more, 2 more, and 1. Okay guys, little shake out. D. Come back to the top of your mat. Feet together, game face on, ready for action. Close your eyes and observe. Where are my twitches? What's my breath up to? And where's my confidence? You know, confidence, of course, it relies on experience, how well you did at something. But many times, guys, we've got all the experience. We've actually done really well, and yet our confidence is still low. So we have to, at a certain point, ask ourselves, where are these internal voices from? And can we overcome them some way? And a cool visualization is I want you to imagine a big volume dial, and you're slowly turning the volume dial down on that voice that's kind of giving you that slightly negative narrative about how you're doing and how it's knocking your confidence. And if there's that little voice far away in the background, maybe of your bestie cheering you on, I want you to imagine in your mind you're turning the volume up on that person who's like, you can do it. Doesn't matter about the result. It's the work you're putting in each moment. That's what matters the most. Alrighty, eyes open, turn to me. We're gonna use all that positive energy now. We're gonna go back to the thingy we were practicing before. This time we're gonna skip straight to the balance bit. So remember which leg you had behind and which one in front. Do a quick little changeroo, and then are you ready to practice? 3 circles, arms back. And then you're going to do 3 circles, arms forward. Then we're going to do 1 circle, both arms back. Keeping your ribs in, nothing's kind of compensating. 1 forwards, and now 1 arm forward, 1 arm back with eyes closed. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, and then we're gonna change it to the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Be really proud of yourselves for whatever you managed. Come into that handstand shape again, and let's rock it into the toes and into the heels. Notice my arms are not out here. Handstands are quite narrow, so you really want to find that push element, and having them narrow feels hard, right? And uncomfortable, but that is the alignment. You'll see how my elbows, shoulders, and hips kind of stack. We're gonna do uno mais. Good. And then you're going to do the same thing. I know your arms are tired, but just 5 more. Chin up, eyes up. We're mimicking that handstand shape. 2, 3, 4. This is also vestibular. And last 2. Ah, my poor little trapezius. Very tired. I did CrossFit and we did loads of overhead stuff, and my traps are killing me. So hopefully yours are not feeling as tender. Let's bring it back to the front of the mat. Arms are going to float up high. Exhale, you're going to fold it down. Step it back into plank. Lower the knees under the hips. Arms up, actually. Let's do this together. 1 shoulder forwards, 1 shoulder back. See if you can camshaft from just the scapula. Elbows are straight, and you're doing 1 arm forward, 1 arm back. Now try it out the other way. If you're doing this, you deserve a freaking medal. It is so brainy. I feel like I've got steam coming out of my ears. Ooh, I've lost it. And that is the purpose. That moment where your brain goes, ugh, that is the reason that we're doing this. Let's bring our hands down. Let's see if we can, how am I going to do this? Shoulders. The elbows are bending because they're going in opposite directions, but this is not like, what's the right way to describe it? This is not like a push-up. Talking and doing these at the same time. That's proving interesting. Oh my God. Okay. I think we've done enough brain waking up stuff with this ridiculous move. What do you guys think? I'm actually, because of the wall, going to turn around, give you guys the butt view. Let's bring ourselves into downward facing dog. We're going to elongate the right leg up into the air this time. Feeling really strong, like it's being pulled up. Circle it over to the right and step it just in front of the left. Then left foot goes boop in front. Then big circle on the right leg. Left foot in front. Then left foot behind to the right leg again. Can do that giant big circle back. We're just warming up the hips, mapping them out, putting a bit of novelty into our practice. And then from your downward dog with regular old feet, let's take our eyes up, down, up, down. You're trying to find one spot and then another, one spot. And if you're struggling with this, give yourself a big toe as a spot and maybe a thumb as a spot. So you're going thumb, toe. Your head is not moving, it is only the eyes. This is an eye drill. Hopefully it's something new for your brain, especially in this position, right? 3 more, 2 more, and 1. Good job, team. Let's bring the left foot a little closer. Right leg, beam it up into the sky, and then practice your handstand kicks. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher with our kicks or hold a little bit longer. Whee! Regain our losses. Oh, that was a wobbly one. I'm really fighting for it now. Something in my nervous system didn't like those eye moves, I think. Hopefully you're doing a bit better than me. Yeah, and I finally got it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, knee to chest, plank. Step it forwards. You're thinking warrior 3, but you're bending the leg and arching the chest up. You're thinking wave, so your chest is leading, chest is leading, chest is leading. Knee comes in, flexi spine, elongated leg. As the leg goes back, the body arcs. And there's this wave-like quality that I want you to explore. Mapping out all of the joints from your spine into your pelvis, hip, knee. Good. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Come into your warrior 3. Step that leg behind you. Turn into your goddess. Instagram butt shot. And then we're going to take it this time to the left. So your hands are just behind your head. It's not compulsory. This is awkward for some people. You can put your hands here as well. The idea is just that we've got this fluid, smooth, circular action we're going to explore. Think, extended side angle. Turn the chest, goddess the legs, and round. Reverse it. Almost there. The quicker you do this, the more of a balance component it's going to stimulate. If your body doesn't like this, don't do it so big. Last one, woohoo! Amazing. Pelvis TikToks to map out this. So important for your handstands because lots of times, this is me, I'm in my handstand and my body does this and then I end up falling over, which is very annoying. You can obviously practice pelvic TikToks legs together as well. This is just because it's in the flow, so don't overthink it. This is absolutely not the only way to practice your pelvis sexy moves. You don't need practice to be sexy. You already are the sexiest you could ever be. I know. I know it for a fact. 3 more. 2 more. Good, now let's use all that inspiration in our wide-legged handstand hops. Place your hands down on the ground, feet a little bit closer together. Think of bending to prepare and then shoot the legs out wide as you can. Good, do as many as you can comfortably. Okay, something about those last couple of moves, nervous system preferred. Remember, everyone's nervous system is different. If I shared something with you and you declined in function, that means your nervous system didn't enjoy it as much. Tweaked to the things you know that you prefer. And these things are always changing. Once you've landed safe and sound, join your legs again at the top of the mat. Whew. Hands together in prayer for a moment, just tuning into what really matters, which is that deep stillness inside of yourself. That deep stillness that recognizes that in 500 years, nobody's going to have even remembered that you've ever achieved handstand. And therein, it's important for us not to put too much emphasis on the end goal. But possibly people will still feel the impact of how good you were and how much you cared about everyone around you. So let's focus on what matters for the last breath. And let's take all of that good energy with us into sitting down. I'm not going to do a full closing sequence with you guys because I don't want this video to be too long. But we're just going to take 3 breaths. And if you feel like you want to lie down and center your mind and take a little rest, please do. All right, team, thank you so much. Remember, if you're like, oh, I really want the full thing, you can find all my full classes on Anatomove. And we've actually done a whole month on handstands with challenges where we had guest teachers. And honestly, the feedback has been unbelievable. So it would be a great, great honor and a privilege to see you on the mat. In the meantime though, remember it means so much to me when you comment down below. If you like this video, give me a little thumbs up because of the crazy YouTube algorithms. And also remember to please subscribe. You know, there's going to be weekly videos here for you. I put so much time and love into them and it just means so much to be able to see you guys here practicing with me. So okay, my beautiful friends, I'll see you next week. Bye.